Good evening everyone. Welcome to this session. Today I am here for the school organization and this lecture is through BISEC. The program is under the SANDHAN and my topic is the teacher. Fine. School organization is a very big topic, we can say it has a very wide area. What is actually a school? And when we talk about the school, we have many things into it. Okay. And in a school, who plays the most important role? The vital role is played by whom? The role is played by the teacher. So we are going to discuss many topics which will come under the teacher. Say for example, the role of teacher, the functions of a teacher, how to be a good teacher, the problems which are faced by the teacher. Fine. Before I start my lecture, let me introduce myself. I am Seema Singh, Principal of Democratic English School, and I'll begin my lecture with the topic the teacher. Fine. So let us see the slide first. We say that a teacher, who is a teacher? We say that teacher is always a learner. Okay, means if a teacher is a learner, that means the teacher can put values into the students. The teacher herself or himself is always ready, and she is keen in learning many new things. Okay, we see that teacher can never truly teaches unless he is still learning himself. That means we say that कि एक टीचर जो शिक्षक है, शिक्षक को हमेशा यह समझना चाहिए कि उसे सबसे पहले हर नई चीज़ अपने जीवन में खुद धारण करनी है. यदि टीचर हमेशा यह सोचता है कि मुझे आज का दिन मुझे कुछ सीखना है, तो ही वो अपने स्टूडेंट्स को, अपने विद्यार्थियों को सही ढंग से शिक्षक की जो सही डेफिनेशन है, एक शिक्षक के जो सही मूल्य हैं, वैल्यूज़ हैं, वो उन्हें सिखा सकते हैं. श्री रविंद्रनाथ टैगोर जी ने कहा है कि एक शिक्षक वही है जो खुद जलता है और जलने के बाद वो प्रकाश बांटता है. जैसे एक दिया जब जलता है तो जलने के बाद उसके आसपास का जो प्रकाश होता है वो सभी तरफ उजाला फैलाता है. उसी तरह शिक्षक खुद अपनी मेहनत से, अपनी लगन से, अपनी सोच से, अपने विचार से आने वाले जो जनरेशन है उसे बदलता है और एक नई भविष्य की स्थापना करते हैं. शिक्षक कैसा होना चाहिए? मैं आपको शिक्षक के बारे में डिटेल बताने से पहले ये कहना चाहती हूँ कि वी आर इंट्रोड्यूसिंग सम ऑफ द फैक्ट विच टुडे आई एम गोइंग टू डिस्कस विथ यू. दैट इज़ द इंट्रोडक्शन. आप look at the slide. We are what the topics which we are going to discuss is first the introduction which I just now I have covered it. उसके बाद है the teacher कौन है, then status of the teacher. आज का जो टीचिंग सिनेरियो है स्कूल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में, टीचर का क्या स्टेटस है, व्हाट इज़ द स्टेटस ऑफ अ टीचर, एंड देन हाउ टू बी अ गुड टीचर. ऐसे कौन से टिप्स हैं या ऐसे व्हाट आर द थिंग्स विच वी कैन इम्प्लीमेंट टू बिकम अ गुड टीचर. what is the present today working condition of the teacher in a school organization. Many a time there is a dilemma among the young generation कि whether we can opt for teaching or we can opt for some other job. So suppose why it is like this, why the young generation, those whenever they have to choose their career, they want to keep themselves away from the teaching line. We are going to discuss today in our lecture that what is the present day of working condition of the teacher. Then if anything which is missing, in today's teaching scenario, what are the ways where we can improve the working condition of the teacher. And then we have what is the role of teacher association in a school, parents teacher association. This all we are going to cover it today in our lecture. Fine. Let me introduce first of all that when we say that what is the role of a teacher in a school, we just say कि the headmaster is the main person who is holding the key of the school. But the headmaster, whatever duty he or she performs, it totally depends upon the teacher. Why? Because the teacher and the headmaster, they hold the key position. They both are incomplete without each other. They both has to be equally share their responsibility of teaching and learning process. So we say that headmaster and the teacher, they hold the key position. जो एक स्कूल में, एक विद्यालय में जो सबसे महत्वपूर्ण रोल अदा करते हैं वो कौन है? हेडमास्टर एंड टीचर. The teacher is also known as the backbone of our society. Backbone of our society means क्या है? जिसके आधार पर एक समाज को बदला जा सकता है. समाज को बदलने में जो सबसे महत्वपूर्ण भाग है वो किसका है? एक टीचर. टीचर कैन बी a रोल मॉडल ऑल्सो. Small children, when the teacher teaches in the class, they see their teacher and they learn values from the teacher only. टीचर का बिहेवियर, टीचर का एटीट्यूड, टीचर की ऑनेस्टी, एक टीचर की पंक्चुअलिटी, everything has a direct effect on the mind of young students. Okay, and when they become, जब वो बड़े होते हैं और वो responsible citizen बनते हैं, तो all these values which they have cultivated from their teacher, जो उन्होंने अपने टीचर से सीखा है, they never forget, and they keep their teacher as their idol in their mind. And whenever they do anything good, they remember, yes, my teacher has taught me this. So I always say the teacher is the backbone of our economy, okay, or say our Indian economy, or say social structure, or say political structure. कहीं भी अगर भाग से हम देखते हैं तो किसी भी देश के विकास के लिए जो सबसे महत्वपूर्ण रोल अदा करते हैं वो हैं टीचर. Now teacher has some qualities. Teacher should have some qualities. Here we divide the qualities into 4 main category. Okay, means qualities means गुण जो एक टीचर के अंदर होना चाहिए. यदि हम शिक्षक हैं तो हमारे अंदर क्या गुण होने चाहिए, उसे हमने 4 भागों में डिवाइड किया है. जिससे सबसे पहले I'll use at क्वालिफिकेशन एंड एक्सपीरियंस. एक टीचर बनने के लिए सही शिक्षा होना सबसे ज़रूरी है. कोई भी व्यक्ति या कोई भी यदि आपका एम है टीचर बनने का, तो कुछ भी पढ़कर या कुछ भी समझकर बोलना या बच्चों को क्लास में जाके पढ़ा देना ही एक टीचर बनना या टीचर बन जाना ही इतना आसान नहीं है. मीन्स एक टीचर के अंदर सबसे बड़ी चीज़ क्या है? द क्वालिटीज़ विच द टीचर शुड have. So what types of quality we want in a teacher? First of all, the quality is the qualification. Now what type of qualification? There is a criteria which is fixed by the board. Okay, say a teacher is BSc, or teacher is MA, or teacher is BA, or teacher is BCom or MCom. They have to have a qualified degree in teaching profession, which is at primary level, which is at secondary level, and which is at pre-primary level. According to the qualification and according to the degrees which is there in education, on that basis the teacher is bifurcated and the teacher is allotted the duties of that particularly section. And then only we can say the teacher is having the qualification and experience. How the teacher will get the experience? When this training goes on, when we give different types of training, that is the education training. Under this education training, that many programs are there, and this program leads to the exposure of teacher. The teacher even teaches in the class, that is called as a micro teaching lessons she gives in the class, and this is how a teacher is prepared for the future classes. So the first quality of a teacher should be, the teacher should be qualified and teacher should be well experienced. Next comes the quality which is concerning with professional requirements. Here what do you mean by professional requirements? Professional requirements means when a teacher gets the degree, when the teacher is qualified, and when the teacher is appointed in the school, then what type of professional requirement she needs it. It is having a very wide area. ये बहुत विस्तार में है. यदि हम टीचर की क्वालिटी की बात करते हैं तो इट इज़ हैविंग अ वेरी वाइड एरिया, बट हियर वी विल टेक सम पॉइंट्स इन शॉर्ट विच विल बी वेरी हेल्पफुल टू यू टू कल्टिवेट टू नो व्हाट एग्जैक्टली अ टीचर नीड्स टू हैव द प्रोफेशनल रिक्वायरमेंट. अंडर दिस वी हैव third quality of the teacher is the quality which is pertaining to personality. Okay, Just now we discussed about first the quality of a teacher in having the qualification and experience. Second, we discuss about the quality of a teacher which she should have and say containing to the professional requirement. The third we are discussing is the quality pertaining to the personality. Quality pertaining to personality means what type of personality a teacher should have. Okay, we will discuss this also in detail after some time. First we will go back to the first quality, and then I'll come back to this third one. But when we discuss about the different qualities, the fourth and the last comes is the qualities of relationship with other. Means what type of relationship a teacher should have with the student, with the colleagues, with the school, with the principal and with the management. This also we will discuss in detail afterward. Now under this teacher's quality, just now I discussed 4 things, जिसमें first था qualification and experience, second था qualities concerning to professional requirement, third was quality pertaining to personality, and the last was quality of relationship with other. Now among these 4 I will go to the first quality, and first quality, after that I'll come to the second point. Okay, so just look at the slide. When we talk about the qualification and experience, just see the teacher should possess the minimum qualification which is mandatory, which is required to become a successful teacher. Second comes your minimum qualification as laid down by the education authority. Say for example a teacher who is teaching in primary section, a teacher should be qualified from a reputed college, recognized college. And for example, if she has done her BA in Hindi, she should have a equivalent degree of B.Ed, and that is how she is eligible to teach in primary section. So this is what by it we mean that teacher should have minimum qualification which is laid down by the education authority, and it should be possessed by every teacher. Now we'll go on to the second quality of the teacher in detail, which I told you that what type of quality a teacher should have for the professional requirement. In this we have first quality of a teacher should be that teacher should know the interest, teacher should have interest in learners. Many a time what it happens, एक टीचिंग एक कमाई का जरिया बनाते हुए जो लोग टीचिंग को अडॉप्ट करते हैं, means they for the name's sake those teacher will come in the class and they will take their class and they will go. Unless and until the teacher is having the interest in the student, she cannot perform it up to the mark. Okay, so first of all the teacher should have interest in learners. Now who are the learners here? The learners are the students. Okay, and the teacher should have interest in the learner, means she should know what the child demands or what the child needs, whether in the class she has average student, whether in the class she had intelligent student, or if the child is average or say below average, what are the ways she can introduce, what all the ways by which she can improve them. Okay, these all are the thing which shows that the teacher has actually taken interest in the learners, that is the student. If the teacher is not knowing the student, she just comes and takes the lecture and she goes, then I don't think that teacher is having the quality that can develop that quality, and she can become successful in knowing the actual problem of the student which the student faces. Next comes the knowledge of psychology, means what type of student she has, what the student needs. Different age group has different requirements. When the teacher is dealing with the small kids, they are of different types. They have different requirement. When the teacher is dealing with the primary kids, they have their different thinking, their different way of learning. And in the same way, when the teacher is dealing the teenagers, that is adolescents and higher grade children, they have the different requirement. Sometimes the child faces many social problem at their home front. The teacher should understand what is the best, what is the psychology of the student, whether the student is depressed or whether the student is very live or whether the student is facing any kind of social problem. when teacher can see all this problem, वो कब देख सकती है ऐसी problem, जब after taking interest in the student, when the teacher analyze कि अगर वो अपनी क्लास में 30 बच्चे हैं, 30 बच्चे हैं और 30 बच्चे में से कोई 5 अगर अच्छा से परफॉर्म नहीं कर रहे हैं तो उसके पीछे क्या कारण है, what is the reason why the child is not performing, and when she comes to know about this problem she can go in detail about it, what are the problem which is faced by the child, and for that only she should know the psychology of the child, how to motivate a student, okay, how to create interest in the student, how to make the chapter interesting so that the student can take interest in teaching and learning process. So this is the duty of the teacher. A teacher should have this quality to know the different psychology of the student. For that she can take help from the latest technology, she can surf internet, she can read many books which are available in the library, she can even, in many of the good school they have a counselor, she can have a talk with the counselor, she can even take some suggestion from the principal or say from the any other sources, reading newspaper, and all this will help her to know about the different types of psychology of student and the problem faced by the student. After that we see that teachers should always adopt a research method. When we talk about the qualities of teacher related to the professional requirement, what do you mean by the research method? The research method is this: whenever a teacher is teaching any subject, she should know that this subject has, like, what type of requirement that subject needs or demands, okay, and for that she can have many search related to that. Maybe the same subject can be taught with the help of latest technology, say a PowerPoint presentation, or say use of the smart board, or say filing some documents,